Rowserworld. Hello, my friend, and welcome to another segment of Drawing with the Rouser. And today I'm going to be teaching you how to draw a quick little caricature. Okay, so in this particular drawing, I picked this drawing because she had a very interesting hairstyle. I like the hairstyle here, so I like to, it's easier to draw a caricature when something really sticks out about that person. So her hair really stuck out to me. So what I do is I start with an overall head shape. So you can see I have my head shape here. Generally, I'm going to determine, from the eye line down how much head space or I'm going to need, and then I noticed for this particular picture she had a very short forehead shape. Okay, so one of the big mistakes a lot of caricaturists make when they're drawing their caricature is they don't take time to consider exactly what the overall idea of the picture is going to look like, so the picture winds up growing too big. So this is definitely a technique I recommend for the starting caricature artist, and even as a seasoned caricature artist. Sometimes when you don't lay down your boundaries, you tend to push your exaggerations too far, and then it winds up where the person that you're drawing really doesn't appreciate the picture. They may smile initially at the image that you drew, but then at the end of the day, it doesn't wind up being a cherished memory for them. It winds up being in an attic somewhere. So it all depends on why you're doing caricature too. If you're doing it and you're not doing it for it to become a lifelong memory, like I like to do caricatures for memories, so I want the picture to be somewhere where they're going to see it often and want to think back to the time where they did something with their family. So I tend to want to stay toward caricatures where I don't over exaggerate the features. Okay, now with that being said, once you finish your overall idea, then the best way to do it is to move to the middle shapes. Okay, your eyes, your nose, your eyebrows. There's only 5 shapes within the face. Let me give you a food for thought. We don't really look that different as human beings. The major thing that you need to focus on is the spacing or the positioning of your features. Okay, in other words, how far is one feature away from the other feature? So for instance, on this particular caricature, if I would have taken her eyes and moved them slightly further apart, I could have made somebody that looked noticeably different. Or perhaps if I would have made the eyes bigger, then she would have looked like a different person as well. I could have changed the relationship of the nose to the eyes, or the mouth to the nose. Any one of those relationships moved or not considered or not put in the right place will cause a drastically different looking person. So I just want to keep that in mind. Don't get too caught up in drawing these real exact shapes. As long as you get the size of the shape correct and the distance between the shapes correct, that's going to be I'd say 50% of the battle. The other 50% we'll get into in another video. Alright, so it looks like I am done with my overall idea. Now I'm just starting to kind of fill in the picture with contrast. So I'll start adding some darks in. If you notice, her eyebrows and the lips and the eyes are very, very, very strong in this picture. Not to mention the hairdo, but this is once again where we want to start putting in those darks. Okay, here I'm using a gray marker. Now the gray marker is to put shadows in the face. Okay, you see how when I put those shadows over the eyes right there, what that did to the picture? It made the eyes really stand out a little bit more. And the cool thing about using gray to do especially when you're doing black and white pictures, this is an easy way to do a caricature, is because it keeps you from putting excess lines in the page. So you can because it's not as bold as the black, it doesn't look like a line. And when you draw a caricature, the object is to put the person on paper with as least lines as possible. This way it'll maintain that cartoon look. But if you start adding too many lines, it's going to start looking like a portrait. And then it gets really just confusing. So this gray is definitely the way to go. So here I'm just kind of using it to make the value or shade of the lipstick. You can see how that made the lips come out a little bit more. I really am pleased with the caricature thus far. Now I'm going to use a poster marker. This is a huge poster marker. You can get this actually at our Amazon store. If you go to the description box below the video, it will show you everything that I'm using to draw this picture with. I like to keep these on deck, especially when I'm at live events, because I don't have a great deal of time, especially if I have a long line to do complicated hairdos. So what I do is I use what you call an impressionism type style. I give you the impression of the hair. I don't go through and try to draw every single strand of hair. I just, once again, you study what direction the hair is flowing in, and then I use a big marker to kind of recreate that idea. Now, let me put this out there. It took me a little bit to learn how to do hair. That's just a practice. You have to practice to learn how to do hair better. I'm going to be making a video on hair specifically for that. Also, if you'd like to take a class with me, I am a art teacher, so we teach art online. All you have to do is go to our website, Rowserworld at Rowserworld.com, and then you'll sign up for our classes by hitting the classes link right there, and then you can sign up and take a personal class with me if you want to learn more about doing this, or perhaps you're thinking about being a caricaturist. What things you'll need to get in, what things you'll need to know. I also talk about a little bit of the business side with you, as well as the drawing side. But to be honest with you, I'm going to tell you, being a caricaturist is not just about being able to draw a picture. It's about how well you communicate with other people. If you don't get along well with others, or you're slight of heart, you're very shy, don't like to talk to people, you probably, even if you can draw really well, you probably won't make it very far as a caricaturist, because of that is like such a big part of the job, is talking to people that you don't know every day. So I just want to tell you a little bit about it. Alright, so I'm just about done putting in my dark values here, and just doing some final touches. Now, at the very end, what I'll do is I'll put my little, like you see how I put these little hairs on the forehead, just here and there. That's when I'll get into that kind of stuff. Just those little bit of things right there you can do on the end to really make your caricature pop at the end. Put those little finishing details on it. Anyway, I like the caricature. I want to thank you so much for watching, my friend. I hope that this video tutorial was informative, entertaining, and fun. If you want to have me draw something for you, you have an art question, just go ahead and put that in the comment section below. I'll go ahead and get back to you as soon as we possibly can. Until next time, guys, thank you for watching, and you have a blessed and wonderful day. Oh, and don't forget to sign your work. Hey guys, I hope that you enjoyed that video tutorial. If you did, don't hesitate, guys, to go ahead and give us a like. Also, guys, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below and the notifications button. This way, when we put up new material, you'll be the first to know. If you have any questions about our markers or pens or paper, and you'd like to know where I get some of the materials that I use here on my art stream, there's a link in the description below, so you can go ahead and check that out as well. And also, guys, we'd like to welcome your questions and comments so that we can get some new ideas. It's always good to have new, fresh ideas for our next and upcoming videos. Oh, and don't forget to check out these 2 super cool videos right here. So guys, thanks again for your love and support of our channel. You guys be safe out there. And as always, guys, I wish you happy cartooning.